Well. Welcome back to New York Sports Wicker Media. I am Watsu-K99. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like what you're watching, please hit the like button, share with a friend, and please hit the subscribe button to get the word out about the channel. I appreciate it very much. Now, I'm on location. Obviously, I am not from the wicker chair. No, I'm from the leather chair down here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I wanted to come on for a moment and get something off my chest here. Now, the Mets lost a pretty rough game last night to the league worst Washington Nationals 7-1. 2-1 game going late, and the Mets bring in the immortal Adonis Medina, gives up 5 runs, puts the game out of reach. Max Scherzer leaves after 5 innings after feeling some fatigue in his oblique, which kept him out of action for 7 weeks earlier this season. But you know what? I'm not going to get on the Mets today. I am going to get on my fellow Mets fans, because every time the Mets lose a single game, I need to stay off social media. I'm downright disgusted. I am seeing things like, after every loss, you'll see things like, well, I guess it's all about the wild card. The Braves are obviously never going to lose a game. This team is a complete failure. They failed at the trade deadline. Just on and on and on. And then when they win, generally speaking, social media gets about half the posts. This team has not made the playoffs in 6 years, and currently they have the third best record in the league right now in Major League Baseball at 85-49. There's still 2 games up on Atlanta. Yes, I believe winning the division is a huge deal because you want to get that bye and skip that opening 2 out of 3 first-round series. But even if the Mets don't win the division, which I have said from the beginning, since the All-Star break, I'd put out videos that they would win the division because, for one thing, I thought they would upgrade the team a little bit better than they have. Obviously, that hasn't been the case. And a lot of these acquisitions have fallen short of the expectations that fans had for them. But even if worse comes to worse, if Atlanta does steal the division away, the Mets are still going to make the playoffs. They're 12 games up on the wild card spots right now. And there's, I believe, 28 games left to go as of this recording. And if you look at the remaining schedule, going into this holiday weekend series, the Mets were set to play 24 of their final 30 games against the Nationals, the Pirates, the Cubs, the Marlins, and the Athletics. These are teams that entered Saturday with a combined 151 games under 500. Okay, the Mets are not going to go in some tailspin. I don't want to hear 2007 being referenced. It's ridiculous. I don't want to even hear about last year being referenced because that team was completely different than this one. Just 2 things. Luis Rojas versus Buck Showalter. That's all that needs to be said about that. So you know what? The Mets are not going to win the rest of their games. Okay? It's not going to happen. Maybe the division will come down to the last game of the season. But regardless, they're going to make the playoffs, which they couldn't even do during the COVID year of 2020 when 8 teams got in. They couldn't even do that. Okay? So, whatever happens from here, going into the playoffs, it matters, but it only matters so much. Because once the playoffs start, once that first series begins, whatever happened in the regular season becomes obsolete instantly. All the good, all the bad, everybody starts over. People say, Darren Ruff, Daniel Vogelback, Tyler Naquin, they're all trade deadline busts. You know what? Right now, they've all been disappointing to different extents. But all it takes is one moment in the playoffs to change the entire freaking narrative. So let's keep perspective on this, Mets fans. And one other thing I want to mention, and this actually does have me pretty intrigued. Trevor May going on the injured list for 10 days, and the Mets have called up Bryce De La Oca. It's kind of a fun name to say, isn't it? That with De La Oca, but he throws a 100 mile an hour 101. He's hit a couple of times. He can definitely strike some batters out. He is a little bit prone to the walk. I'll be curious to see when Buck Showalter uses him in the if he's going to use him in a big spot or use him in mop-up duty. I mean, certainly he couldn't do any worse than Adonis Medina did last night. So I know it's Sunday. This isn't quite the full Sunday sports sermon, but I just wanted to come on while I'm out of town for a little bit and just get this off my chest about the Mets because Mets fans, grow a set already, will you? All right. I'll see you back here with more content from back in Virginia, the Wicker Chair. Have a great day, guys.